Saba Khan's apartment burns down in a mysterious fire, possibly a hate crime, her family moves to a luxury apartment. Saba's Facebook page explodes, and she starts secretly dating a popular boy. A piece of unknown artwork made by a famous artist turned up at a fundraiser the school was having for the Khans. The artwork is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Should Saba's family keep the money, or should it go to the students who found the artwork, or to the school? And just what caused the fire? Greed? Jealousy? Suspicion created an increasingly tangled web as students and teachers debate who should get the money and begins to point fingers and make accusations. The true story of the fire sets events in motion, and what happens afterward gradually comes together in an innovative narrative made up of journal entries, interviews, articles, letters, text messages, and other documents. The Art of Secrets by James Kleiss.
Hello, Murphy High students. This is a special edition of Gab's Declassified School Survival Guide. Now, what I'll be talking about today is books. The Lottery Rose by Irene Hunt. Abused by his mother and her boyfriend, Georgie Burgess learns to hide his hurt. He withdraws into a safe and secret world of beautiful gardens filled with roses, just like those in the library book he treasures. When Georgie wins a small rose bush in a grocery store lottery, he gives it all the love and caring he's never had. Georgie's life begins to open up for him when the court send him away to a home for boys where he will be safe. Slowly and not without pain, Georgie learns to give and to receive love again. I'd have to rate this one at 8 out of 8 drumsticks. Like the really good KFC drumsticks.
Emmy and Oliver were going to be best friends forever, or maybe even more, before their futures were ripped apart. Emmy just wants to be in charge of her own life. She wants to stay out late and go anywhere without her parents' relentless worrying. But Emmy's parents can't seem to let her grow up, not since Oliver's disappearance. Oliver needs a moment to figure out his heart. He thought all these years his dad was a good guy. He never knew it was his father who kidnapped him and kept him on the run.
All American Boys is a young adult novel that looks at a specific instance of police brutality from the perspectives of two high school classmates. Rashad, who is savagely beaten by a local policeman who wrongly suspects him of shoplifting and assaulting a white woman, and Quinn, who sees the beating and initially pretends he didn't. It's a fictional reflection of real-life police encounters with young black men that end badly.
This is my whole life. My nurse, my mom, and my sickness. I'm 18 and I've never been outside my whole life. Because if I did, I'd probably die.
Hi, I'm your new neighbor, Ollie.
He makes me feel like I'm outside.
If you could go anywhere, where would you go?
The ocean. Dear Mom, I know staying in this house is what keeps me alive, but that's not living. I want to see everything. Everything.
Bleachers is set in Messina High School. Messina is known for their excellent football program, and there is one particular reason for that. That reason is Coach Eddie Rake. Eddie Rake coached for 34 years, and every one of those 34 seasons was a winning one. Rake was no normal coach. Rake's secret to winning was being as tough as his players as possible. He held intense workouts that were very hard on the players. He verbally berated his players just for the doing of wrong things. This book is mainly about Neely Crenshaw, the star quarterback of one of Rake's many successful teams. Crenshaw had a very odd relationship with Coach Rake. Rake pushed Crenshaw to be his best, but sometimes he would push too far. A key moment in Bleachers is in a title game. Crenshaw knocks out Rake because of a quarrel between them. Cut to present day, and Coach Rake is lying on his deathbed from cancer. Many of his players are coming back to the high school to say goodbye. Bleachers mostly takes place in the bleachers of the high school stadium. Many players reminisce on their past lives and talk about their lives now. At Coach Rake's funeral, Neely Crenshaw is one of the few asked to give a eulogy. Crenshaw talked about many touchy and sometimes heart-wrenching subjects about both his and Rake's life.
Have you ever had to make a decision that seems impossible? Tom, a World War I veteran, maintains a lighthouse off the shore of Australia with his wife Isabel, who is desperate to have a baby.
Her prayers are answered when an infant washes up on shore in a rowboat. Tom thinks they should notify the authorities, but gives in to Isabel's wish to keep the child. Fate strikes again when the couple meet the child's biological mother on the mainland. Now, Tom and Isabel must make a decision that will forever affect the lives of 4 people. Coming this summer, Light Between Oceans by M.L. Stedman.
Forged by Fire by Sharon M. Draper. This is about Gerald. When his loving aunt dies, Gerald suddenly is thrust into a new home filled with anger and abuse. A brutal stepfather with a flaming temper and an evil secret makes Gerald miserable. And the only light in his grim life is Angel, his young stepsister. Gerald and Angel grow close as he strives to protect her from Jordan, his abusive stepfather, and from their substance-addicted mother. But Gerald learns painfully that his past can't be extinguished, and that he must be strong enough to face Jordan in a final confrontation once and for all.